welcome back to my channel and welcome the newcomers. I hope you like what you see, and if so, be part of this journey by hitting that subscription button. It's free, and hit the bell notification to be notified of the new uploads. I would just like to mention that if the video is a little bit too fast for you, up top there's 3 little buttons. You can click there, slow down the video to the speed you'd like. Also, right next to it, there's the CC letters for closed caption. You can turn that on, and you can read all the stitch that I'm calling down here. By pausing the video, take notes, will make it easier for you. Now, normally when I upload the videos, it takes about an hour for YouTube to search all my words that I'm saying, so it can appear on the closed captions. So don't panic if you don't see right away the closed captions, because the video has just been launched. It will show up in about a half an hour to an hour after the upload. I also would like to mention that if you have extra yarn, extra thread, and you'd like to help the women in need, we highly appreciate it and being very, very grateful for it. Thank you for the ones that already have helped and are still helping. If you'd like to donate, right below the video, there's a little bag of $. You can donate whatever amount you'd like. Nobody's asking for millions. Anything helps. It adds up at the end. You can also go into the description box. My PayPal account is there. You can donate through there if you'd like also. Please always give a thumbs up on the video if you like the video. It does help the video to circulate and also to be recognized worldwide. I gratefully appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's one way to help me out and to help to continue to create these beautiful pieces. Also share on your Facebook public. It costs nothing. Everything is free. There's no charge of anything. So please help out to grow the channel. I do have a Facebook group, private group. If you have a profile, you're more than welcome to request to be a member. It's free, of course, and we'll approve you. You must have a profile. Be careful with the links that you go into the groups that says cut and bit. These are fraud scammers that go through your phones, your computers, and take every information of yours. Do not open up those links. There's a lot of hackers in the groups now. That's why I made sure that my group is private. I want to thank every single one of you from the start being with me, and thank you so much for the newcomers. It costs nothing to subscribe, so please do so. Thank you so much, everybody. Everything will be listed always in the description box for every pattern that I create, the sizes, the thread that I use, which is Portugal thread. They're 100% cotton thread, 4-ply, which is similar to Aunt Lydia. Number 3, which number 3 Aunt Lydia is just a little bit thicker than my thread, not by much, but a little bit. I usually use a hook 3 or 3.5, a small one for tucking in loose ends, and a pair of scissors, of course. So thank you, everybody. Any other questions, suggestions, please feel free to comment. You can always get a hold of me if your intentions are to give some thread or yarn away. There's my email below the description box. There's my Facebook page that you can follow also, my Facebook group, my Instagram, my TikTok. So there's so many ways you can message me. Thank you so much, everybody. I hug every single one of you, and much blessings to all of you. Okay, let's get started. Okay, everyone. So I had uploaded this table runner. I'm sure that some of you that follow me remember it clearly, that has the 2 tone colors. And I had mentioned that I was going to create a smaller version. So this is a long one. It's over 1 meter. So today we're going to create the smaller version of this table runner. Okay, please give a thumbs up on the video if you like it, of course. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. It's extremely important to have the video recognized by YouTube and to have it circulate. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to use a 4-ply 100% cotton thread. This is the same as Aunt Lydia, number 3. But Aunt Lydia is a little bit thicker than mine. Not by much, though. Hook, size 3, pair of scissors, and a small one to tuck in loose ends. So we're going to start doing 57 chain stitch, not counting the slip stitch. Okay, so do your 57 and then I'll come back to you. Now make sure that you don't tighten it up too much because we need to work inside of here. So if you have to use a bigger hook than your normal size, then go ahead. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to use a 3.5 and then come back with my 3. I've done my 57 chain stitch and I'm going to come back on my 5th one and do a double crochet. So I'm going to count not the one on the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochet. So now we have 2 double crochet. We're going to have a total of 10 double crochet. I've done my 10 double crochets. I'm going to do 1 chain. I'm going to skip 1 space and I'm coming into the next one. This whole row will be like this, built of 5 groups of 10 double crochet all the way to the end, doing 1 chain space and skipping 1 space. So I'm going to continue mine and meet you at the end. Okay. Okay, so I pretty much finished doing all of the 5 groups of 10 double crochet, 1 chain and 1 space between them, going into row 2. Now we're going to create 2 more rows the same way. 1, 2, 3 chain and just do double crochet over double crochet. And when we get to that 1 chain, we're going to continue to do that 1 chain space. So nothing to it, it's just a repeat. So we'll have 3 rows the same way. Okay. Hopefully I'll have enough room on my mobile to not go into part 2. But if I have to, I have no choice. So we have the 10 double crochets, 1 chain, and into the next one. And it's just a repeat. So we're going to have 3 rows exactly the same way. Okay, everyone. So I've done my 3 rows. Now this next row is just little blocks. 1, 2, 3 for double crochet and 1 for turning. So we're going to skip 1, 2, actually 1 more, 5 chains, sorry. Skip 2 into the next one. 2 chain, skip 2 into the next one. 2 chain, skip 2 into the last one. 2 chain. Sorry about the construction, people. So we're skipping the middle one here, and we're proceeding to continue to do the same thing. Chain 2, skip 2 space into the third one, and continue to create these blocks until the end. So I pretty much did all my little squares. We've turned around. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to come inside of the space and create 2 double crochets. We need to create again those groups of 10 on top of the double crochet. Inside of the space, 2 more double crochets on top of the double crochet. 2 more double crochets in the space and on top of the double crochet. So basically we did the 10 double crochets. We're going to continue to do 2 double crochets inside of the space, 1 on top of the double crochet, and again we're going to do this almost until the end. Getting to the end, we will not be doing the last 3 squares here. Okay, we're not going to do it here because we need to start cutting, decreasing as a letter. So we're going to do it only up until here. And then we're going to turn around and continue to work it. Okay. So we've done 4 groups of 10 double crochet. We're not doing the last ones. We stopped right on the 4th group. And now we're going to continue to do 1, 2, and 3 chain. We're going to continue to do 2 more groups so we can have the total of 3 as we have down here. So we're going to do 2 more rows, this row and the next one. I'll meet you at the end of the 3rd row. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th row. I'll meet you at the end of the 7th row. Okay, you guys, so we finished doing row 7. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 5 chain. I'm going to skip 1, 2 on my 3rd one, double crochet, 1, 2 on my 3rd one, double crochet, 2 chain on my 3rd one, and we're going to proceed this way until the end, right into the 1st one, skip 2 space into the 3rd one, and we're going to follow all the way to the end. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I finished all my squares. Now, as we're going to continue to do the 10 double crochets again, as we have here, we are not doing the last one, so we're only doing 3 groups until here. Okay, so you would turn around, 1, 2, 3, 2 inside of the space, 1 on top of the double crochet. So we're going to continue to do the 10 double crochets as we've been doing. The only thing we're doing is we're decreasing. I have my 2 in there. I almost did 3. I have to be careful. Sometimes when I'm talking, I'm not concentrating, right? Okay, so now we did the 10 double crochets, 1 chain, sorry, into the next space. And we're going to continue, and we're not doing the last 1, 2, 3, and 4 blocks at the end. So we're going to do it until here. We're decreasing our groups. So now we're going to have only 3 groups. Okay, I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so I've done my 3 groups of 10. I'm going to turn around, and I'm going to continue to do 2 more rows of double crochet and 1 of the blockage, exactly like we've done here. So we're going to do 2 more so we can have the 3 rows and 1 of block, so we can have 4 rows on here. Okay, and then we need to decrease again as we been doing here. Okay, until we have 1 left only here. Okay, so just go up your chain 3, do your 10 double crochets, 1 chain space in between the group, and then continue on. Then when you get to the end, turn around, come and do another row. When you get to the end again, turn around and do your blocks until the end. I'll meet you at the end of the blocks. Okay, everyone, so I pretty much did my 3 groups of 10 double crochet. We're going to do the squares now. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to skip 2 into the 3rd one. chain 2, skip 1, 2, into the third one. So we're just going to repeat everything all over again. Into the last one, chain 2, into the first one, and we're going to continue on until the end. Now, once we do that, we're going to continue like we did here. The 3 squares, 10 double crochets, 2 inside, 1 on top. But we're not doing the last one. We're going to keep cutting down. Okay? Now, another thing I want to point out to you guys. In my big one, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 before I started cutting down, decreasing on the squares. Now, this one, because it's a smaller one, I need it for my microwave, let's say. I only have 1. That one I have 5. I only did it with 1. But if you want to go bigger, you can do 2 all the way to the end, or 3 all the way to the end, and then start doing this as we're decreasing, okay? So just a little reminder. So anyway, nothing to it. We're going to continue to do the little squares. Skip 1, 2 on your third one. Okay, all the way to the end. Okay, so I've done all my squares, I've turned around, and I've did my 2 groups, and then now you continue again. Chain 3, turn around, and do again your 2 rows of double crochet, 1 row of squares. Now when you turn around, you know you're going to skip 1. We're going to have 1 left, only of 10 double crochets. So we keep decreasing, right? We started with 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. I'll meet you at the end of my 1. Okay, just wanted to come back to make sure that you understood. So I did my 3 rows, I did my squares, and now I'm only going to do the 10 double crochet. I'm not doing the last group of double crochets, the 10 double crochets, okay? So, and remembering what we're doing here on this side, we are going to do on the other side. The only thing is I'm not going to record the other side because all you have to do is just rewind the video and follow through again. Okay, so we have 1 left. We're going to turn around and we're going to create our 2 more rows of the 10 double crochets. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of my 3 rows of 10 double crochets. So I've done my 3 rows, and now we're just gonna do the square. Skip the 2 into the last one. Did I do my 5 chain? Looks like I didn't. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Skip the 2 space into the next one. Chain 2, skip 2 space into the next one. And then we can cut our thread. I'm going in with the off-white tan color. Well, off-white, really. Okay, so cut our thread. Okay, everyone, so I pretty much finished doing until 1. As you can see, I've turned over my pattern. I'm going to come in with the off-white. Slip stitch knot. I'm going to come on top of the double crochet. So where we did a 5 chain, we're going to count 1, 2 on the 3rd chain. single, and 2 chains inside of the space, 2 more double crochet, exactly like we've been doing. Two double crochets and 1 on top of the double crochet, 2 double crochets. Here we're going to do half double crochet, or incomplete I should say. We're going to come here on the other one here, right on between the rows, take out once and take out all, chain 2 again. We're going to come into the next one and do a sideways double crochet, turn around and complete your 10 double crochets, and then we're going to go up on the next row, do the double crochets again as if it was the 3 rows of double crochet, so nothing changes. So I'm going to do my 10, I'm going to go up chain 3 and do my 10 again. I'll meet you there. So I've done my 9, I did my incomplete. I'm going to come in between rows again, take out once, take out everything, chain 2 and count 1, 2 on your third one. Now we're going to do the blocks, chain 2, skip 2 into the third one, chain 2, skip 2 into the third one, chain 2, skip 2 into the last one, turn around, and now we're going to create our blocks again, chain 3, 2 inside of the space, so we're going to create our blocks until here. That means we're going to do 2 blocks, 1 chain between them. Okay, so I'll meet you there on the second block. So basically, when you do your 1 chain, you go right in the same space as we have the other one sideways, okay? Just in case you get confused. Okay, so we're going to do the incomplete and repeat the same thing. This is how it's going to be all the way to the end of the pattern. Chain 2 into the next one. Turn around, create your group. Okay, in between the groups, I noticed by here, if I do only 1 chain, the spaces here, because of the double crochet sideways, will look bigger. So I will do 2 chain just to make sure that they look all even. Okay. You know, some days, believe it or not, your stitch is either tighter or looser than others. Not every day your stitch is the same, your tension, I should say. Okay, so the last one here, we're going to do the incomplete. Come in between. Chain 2, count 1, 2 on your third one. So it's just a repeat now of what we did here. So I'm going to continue mine all the way to the end. If you need to rewind, then go ahead. And once I finish at the end, I'll come back to you. Okay, everyone, so I pretty much finished doing the last row, which it ends with all the squares. Now I'm going to do probably about 3 rows of the 5 groups, or at least 2 rows, I should say, of the 5 group, like this. The same thing here. And chain 3. So nothing changes, we're just doing the groups of 10 all the way to the end. Okay, so we're going to do the groups of 10 all the way to the end, and I'll meet you at the end. So I've done my 5 groups of 10 all the way to the end. I'm going to continue 2 more rows, and then I'll come back to you at the end of the 3 rows all together, exactly like here. Okay? Okay, you guys, so I've done my 5 groups, and I'm going to continue, and I'm going to create again another 3 rows of the 5 groups. So, of course, this row is only squares, 3, 4, 5, and then you skip, and you just do it all the way to the end, and then create your 5 groups of 10 again. So I'm doing a 2 chain space all the way to the end. Okay, and then once at the end, we're going to create the 3 rows again the same way. So I'll meet you at the end of the 3 rows of the groups. Okay, everyone, so I've done 2 rows of 5 groups of double crochet. Now, if you want to go a little bit longer, like I said, you could have extended here 2-3 rows. You could extend here also another row like this, or another 2 rows if you want your white to pop up more, and then go into the purple and do the same. So I'm just going to stop here because I need a smaller one. I don't need a big one. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing like we did at the beginning here. So we're going to create our groups, but we're not going to do the end. And then the same thing here, and again and again. So we have to now decrease with the white, off white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to skip the 2. So same way as we did, we're going to do the groups, but we're not doing the last one. Okay, so we're going to continue to build the little blocks until here, and then we're going to work back again. Okay, so I'm going to do it until there and do one more row, and then you guys continue to do your stuff. All you have to do is just rewind the video or follow through as you're seeing it here. Okay, so we're not doing the last one. We're turning around and create the groups. Chain 3, 2 inside, same way as we've been doing. Nothing changes. So we're just basically continuing to decrease. I'm going to do the 2 chains between them. I was doing 1 chain, but notice that it will show a lot once we've changed the colors. The spaces are smaller. I guess my tension today is a little bit, I guess, wider, looser, if you want to put it that way. So I'll go with the 2 chain. It also has to do not just the tension, but also the hook sometimes, you know. By changing hooks back and forth, sometimes you can loose a little bit your tension there. Okay, so we're just going to continue to do exactly the same thing as we did here with the purple. So if you want to rewind, you can. So we're basically doing this row here again, and then we're cutting down. So we're increasing, decreasing on the off-white. Okay, so we're going to have 4 and then 3 and then 2, you know, no different than this one here. So like I said, if you want to rewind it, you can go ahead, and then once you finished until 1 left, once you have 1 left, then you cut your thread, and we're going to go back in with the purple, whatever color you're using, and we're going to finish that. I'm going to continue to do mine and then change my color because there's no difference on anything now. Everything just basically the same. All you have to do is just keep rewinding it. Okay, and I'll come to you once I am done with the purple. Also, I'll come back to you so we can start working on the sides all the way around. Okay. Okay, everyone, so I pretty much finished doing this side exactly the same way as we did this side. So all you have to do is return the video and just continue on, as you can see. Now, I've done exactly the same thing as we did here at the beginning. We have 3 rows, and so I've done my 3 rows. Okay, so now we're going to work around the pattern with singles. Is it singles? Let me just check. Just want to make sure if it was singles or, yes, singles. Okay, so what are we going to do? We're going to come back into this last double crochet we did here. bring our thread in, and we're going to do 1, 2 chain. Come back in. This will represent a single. Okay, so we have our first single, second, third, fourth, and fifth single. So we have 5 singles in the corner, and we'll have this 5 singles on each corner. Same thing as the big pattern. Let me just check here a second to make sure. Now we're going to do 2 singles. I'm going to turn our pattern sideways. We're going to come in the first double crochet here on the side and do 2 singles inside. So it's 2 singles per space. Nothing to it. Until the next corner, we're going to do 5 singles inside, okay? Just like that. And I'll meet you at this corner here, just to make sure you don't forget. We need to do 5 singles inside of the last one here, okay? So I've come to the corner, and I've already done 2 singles, 3 singles, 4, and 5. And I'm going to do 1 single per space on the double crochet. So single, okay, where the double crochets are, single, and 2 inside of the space here, okay? So let me just confirm to make sure. Yes, 2 singles inside of the space there. Okay, so do this all the way around, and then I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I pretty much finished closing in with a slip stitch on the first single. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to the back one here. I'm going to pull my thread. To the back space, okay? I'm going to do 1 chain. I'm coming into the same space on the back one to do a single, okay? We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, this corner wants 6 chain. On the corner, 6 chain. Everywhere else, 5. So we're going to skip the 5 singles here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm coming in to the next one right after the corner and do singles again. Single over single. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me just check how many. So we have 5, 6, 7, chain 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4 on your 5th one. Again, 7 singles all the way to the corner. Now, if we need to make, we're on the side, if we need to make an adjustment, I'll meet you at the corner. Okay, you guys, so I reached the end. Now, I did my 5 chain. If I'm to jump the 5, I'll end up over here, and I will need to do a 5 or a 6 chain here on the corner, so that won't work out. I'm going to put 2 together on here and 2 together on the last one. Sometimes you just have to make those adjustments. So here I'll put another one on the same space, which is my 7th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 2 together. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And on my 5th one, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to put 2 together, 6 and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to skip 1, 2, 3 on my 4th one. This one I'm going into my 4th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th, and my 7th. I'm going to do a 6 chain. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and coming in, skipping the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And continue on the same way. Now, if we need to make another adjustment before the end, we will. So I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 1, 2. Okay, so I've done my 7 singles, my 5 chain. We need to make an adjustment here. Instead of skipping 5, we're going to skip 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On my 6th one, we're going to do these 7 singles. Okay, so we're going into the 6th place instead of 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My 7th, 5 chain. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on your 6th one. Okay, so do your 7 singles, and if we need to adjust again, I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so I did not need to adjust the end because we did the adjustment. Now, in order to fall properly, I'm just going to go accordingly to this one here. So we know right on the last one here, we did the 5 chain and went right into the first or the last one that's in the 2nd row here. And then we count from there on, okay? So did my 6 chain, my 7, and I fall right on top of here, exactly like this side. And we continue on. Okay, you guys are pretty much finished, and I did exactly the same thing on this side as we did on this side. Now I'm going to use the multicolored green because I don't have any more of the light green, and since this is for me, it's okay. Slip stitch knot. I've done 10 double crochets in the corner, so all 4 corners will have 10 double crochets, and everywhere else will have 8 double crochets. So we're going to skip the first single into the next with a single. 2 singles, 3 singles, 4 singles, and 5 singles. Everywhere else will have 8 double crochet. So do your 8, and when you get to the corners, do your 10. Okay? Remembering always to skip the first single and the last single. We'll have 5 singles in between. Okay, you guys are pretty much finished doing. So on the edge we have 4, and on the sides we have 8. Okay, just to orient you a little bit. So just make an adjustment to get the same thing. I'm going to come in with the off-white, and I'm going to come on not the last one, but before the last with a single. And I'm going to come in behind. I'm doing a back post. So, oh, and it has to be triple, sorry. So we're going to do the triple. So we're going to turn twice, come from the back to the front, take out once, and take out the last one chain space, triple again, coming from the back to the front to the back, and again, one chain space, triple, one chain. We're going to do this all the way to the end here. Okay, so we have 10 triples, and we'll be having 8 triples on there. So I'm going to skip the first, going into the second, single, single, and one more. So 3 singles. Again, coming into the first one, triple, one chain, back post, triple, one chain, okay. We're going to proceed this way all the way to the end. So these ones will have 8, 3 chain. We skip the first one, and we skip the last one. 10 triples in the corner. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I'm coming in with the purple, and I did a single in the middle of the 3 singles we have here, and I went directly with the single into the first space here. So we're not doing picot on the first nor the last, okay? So you do a single, you come into the next one, single, 3 chain, and come back in. Next space, single, 3 chain, come back in with a single, single, 3 chain. We're going to do this all the way around the same way. So I've done 9 singles, and I'm not singles, picots without closing as a picot. Doing just a single, and I'm coming straight into the middle one here, the second one, with a single, and into the first one here again with a single. Next space, single. So I'm going to start to do it on the second space here, the picot. 3 chain, come back in and close it in. Single, 3 chain, come back in. Okay, everyone, so I pretty much finished the whole runner, doily, and because this one is a big one, so I used the bigger flower with the bigger leaves, right? It's over 1 meter long. I wasn't going to do the big one on this one because this is a smaller one. So what I did was I did the daisies, the margaritas, and the small leaves for it on each side, the opposite side. So you can do the same thing. I will have the video in display at the end, and all the measurements will be in the description box. And I will also leave the flowers and leaves link, and also the big table runner in the description box in case some of you have missed the big one you can create. So I'll leave all the links below in the description box. I also do the reverse on my app for left-handed. So if you're, just coming in and doing left-handed and you're curious, or maybe you're doing this without knowing that there is a video of left-handed, I will be uploading left-handed. I'm not left-handed. It's the app that I have that I reverse it on the app for left-handed. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for the super thanks donation. I'm humbly grateful and appreciative. And please don't forget to give a thumbs up on the video if you like the video. And don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. It costs nothing. Everything is free. And I hug every single one of you. God bless. Stay safe. Take care of yourselves and each other. And until next time, I will have a little video on display at the end. Bye-bye, everyone.